Type of attack which we discussed theoretically as man in the middle attack, MITM, man in the middle, means someone is in the middle of your conversation. Suppose I'm talking on the phone with you and someone is listening our communication between. So this is called man in the middle, and they are using some techniques to listen our talk. So this is called man in the middle. You can use many method, and this way you can steal the credit card data, you can steal the login information, you can steal private information, you can do many things using man in the middle attack. Suppose you are accessing any bank website and you say that it means that I'm accessing this directly, but basically your communication is going between someone else. This is called man in the middle attack. Let me show you practically. So let me go to Eve NG, and here I need one Linux, and definitely the Linux will be Kali Linux. So let me go to the latest Kali Linux, which is Linux Kali 2020, and I will give them a name attacker, and let me change the name to, if I have a Linux, yeah, there is a Linux, and let me change to give them some more RAM, and here is. So I need one Kali Linux. Second thing, I need two system for communication purpose. So what I can do, I can take two routers. So let me take from here two router as an example. So I take 37 model two routers, and let me change the name to R. Okay, and save. Okay, so these are R2 or R3, or maybe we can give them R1 so that it will be more clear to us. So let me change the name to R1. So we have R1 and R2, suppose two parties who want to communicate with each other. So what I need to do, I need one switch in the middle. So let me go to IOL and let me get a switch as well. Let me change the name to switch and also the icon to switch, because by default let's show the router image. So this is switch now. Okay, and let me put to connect all these. So R1 is connected to the switch. It means all our devices are connected to one switch. Okay, let's see, and let me connect this R2 as well, and let me connect the attacker as well, which is Kali Linux. Okay, here is, and now what I need to do, I need to on these devices, and let me go to start all nodes, and until it start, let me put the detail here. 192.168.1.1 I will assign to the R1, and MAC address will be 1234 8 and 1, by the way 111, let's suppose. So this is the MAC address and IP address of this device. Okay, so let me put here this one, and let me duplicate this one, and here this is R2, the IP will be 2, and the MAC address we will make them 2222. Okay, and Kali Linux, if you want we can change them as well, otherwise no need, but we can change the IP to 3. Okay, and we can change the MAC address to 3333. This is our target. Why we want to change this MAC address is that we know that we can easily distinguish them. So let's go to configure R1. Okay, let me refresh. Sometime it is not refreshed, so it will open a new browser, but when you refresh it will open here now. So don't worry about that one, and let's know. Let me configure R1 quickly, and then R2, and then I will configure Kali Linux to assign IP addresses. This is R2. Okay, so let's go to R1, enable config host name R1, interface 0/0 IP address 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0, and MAC address we decide 1234 1234 and 111. Done, and no shutdown. Do right, and let me enable telnet as well for test purpose. Line VTY 0 to 4, transport input all, and password is 123. It's 123, and login, exit, enable password is also 123, and do right. So my R1 is ready with the MAC address 111 and IP address 192.168.1.1. Let's go to R2 and do the same thing. Enable config hostname R2 interface 0/0, IP address 192.168.1.2, 255.255.255.0, and MAC address will be 1234.123.4.2222, and no shutdown. Exit. Line VTY 0 to 4, transport input all, password 123, login, enable password 123, and that's it. Mismatch is coming, so for that purpose let me put no CDP run. Do right, so that we cannot see no CDP run, because this switch is different and this one is, so you will face this error. So no CDP run, so it will not exchange the information. Okay, now going to Kali Linux. So Kali Linux is I believe username is I forgot the name, it is Linux or something, and password is 123. I don't know which I give them, I need to remember. I give them, I believe, Linux and 123. Yeah, I have 3-4 Linux, so when I configure I give them different password. I forgot sometime. So now let's configure the IP for this one. So let's go to edit connection and click on this gear icon, and let's assign IP. We give IP 1.3. So let's click here, sorry, this one, wire connection, and click here and go to the IP4 setting, and I don't need DHCP manually, and type the IP manually here, 192.168.1.3, subnet mask 24, and I don't need any gateway and no DNS, and save. Done. And let's check that we get the IP or not, otherwise we need to disable the interface. So if config, okay, we need to be sudo su and 123, and now if config, so yes, 1.3, but the MAC address we decide to change as well. So here the MAC address they get, where is this one? So I need to change, we decide, you can see this one, I don't know, so let me zoom it if we can. Yes, let me zoom it, and we can zoom this one as far somewhere. Okay, there is a way to zoom it. Anyway, let me try now. So we need to change the MAC address. MAC changer is the command, and I need to enter, I forgot the command to type, MAC changer -help. Yeah, so what we can do, MAC changer, there is one example, and -m to put the new MAC address. So we decide 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 digits is MAC address. Yeah, and then Ethernet 0, I believe. Yeah, so it's changed now. And if I check the MAC address now, if config, so the new MAC address is this one, you can see. So I changed all these 3 devices IP and MAC addresses. Let me ping all these devices so that I can show you. Ping 192.168.1.1 and 1.2. Okay, and let me show you something here, so that enable show ARP. Okay, it's better to do it in R1. Right now I haven't done anything. Okay, so show ARP. So basically we have 1.1 with MAC address 111, this device, and we have 1.3 with MAC address 333, which is Kali Linux. And let me ping the other device as well so that you can see the detail. Okay, and now let's see. So let me take a screenshot here so that you get the idea why I'm doing this, so it will be easy for you to see what is the difference. Here is, so R1 is 1.1 with MAC address 111. R2 is 1.2 with MAC address 222. And this is Kali Linux with MAC address 333. Keep in mind all these things. Now things will be changed. Now tell me, if I'm in Kali Linux and these two devices sending traffic to each other, are one sending traffic like I did count, sorry, there is some command which you can continuously, sometime I forgot, yeah, repeat. If I'm sending this 1000 command, do you think Kali Linux will see any traffic? No. If I open a Wireshark, because I'm not in the middle, they are sending to each other, so how I can see their traffic? Let me open a Wireshark here and let me capture this interface and let me send this one. I'm not receiving ICMP. Why I will receive? No, because I'm not receiving. The reason is he is sending the traffic here, unicast. How I will see the traffic when they are sending to each other? So consider this is R1, R2 doing a conversation on the phone. So nobody can listen until they have some sort of tool. And this is not a broadcast so that I can receive. You get the idea? But when I do attack, then I will receive. Right now, no. R1, let me send again. And let me do telnet as well, that I can receive or not. I'm not receiving as attacker. And I want this communication, that one R1, R2 doing communication. I want to be man in the middle. This is what my target. If I do telnet as well, 192.168.1.2 and password 123, yes, I'm doing telnet, but here I'm not receiving any telnet. No, why I will receive? It's not possible, but I can make them possible by man in the middle. So let me minimize this and let's start man in the middle attack. So in Kali Linux, what I will do, I will sudo su first and 123 is the password. Let me make them as a root. And here ethercap. I will start ethercap graphically with G, and this is ethercap. If you can see them properly. So snipping a start with interface E where I'm connected to the switch. Just click on this accept and it started. Now if I go to the host list, so there is no host list. It's not found yet. So I can click on this icon, the next one, scan for host. And let's see, this Kali Linux can find someone in the network. So they found 2 IP. Why I give these MAC address? So that it will be easy for you. You see 1 and 2. Who is this? R1. So I will add them as a target 1 and I will add this one as a target 2. Now I can show you those target. If I click here and target and current target, so these are my target 1 and target 2. Done. So my target are set. Now I need to click on this ball icon, MITM. I just told you theoretically, man in the middle. Click on this one and send ARP poisoning. There are many methods. One of them is this one. And click OK. And now let's see the reason why I was doing this one. Now let's send the traffic telnet and ping as well. So this is telnet 123. And let's go to Wireshark now. Before it was not showing me. You see there is a telnet. That 1.1 is sending traffic to 1.2. And you can capture the traffic. Right click and follow TCP stream. And you get the password who type. And that's the detail. And also before it was not showing me ICMP. And now when this guy try to send the ping before. Now you will see here. Look it. R1 is sending traffic to R2 and I'm receiving in the middle. How? Let's analyze those ARP here. Let them finish. So I take this snapshot before the attack, which was the actual and everything was working properly. Let me close this, Control Shift 6, and let's do the ARP detail again. Here is. You will see the difference. Let me put this one and see why this happened. You know, an R1 IP is 111, but you see here an R2, what is the MAC address? 222, but here what is? Here they return 3. In front of R2, they return the MAC address of Kali Linux. You know, these two are same. So R1 is sending traffic to R2, but this MAC address is spoofed, so Kali Linux is also getting the same packet. Now let's go to R2. What he think? So R2 basically, and type here show ARP. Sorry, show IP ARP. Here is again something is wrong. You know, in the front of R1 is the MAC address of Kali Linux, and this is R2 original MAC address, and this is Kali Linux MAC address. So you get the idea. In R1 and R2, both are sending the traffic to, I don't know how to show both together. And R1 they are sending to R2 traffic to 33, and this R2 is sending the traffic to 33 as well. So both are basically sending whatever they are doing, communicate with each other. They are sending copy of them to the Kali Linux as well because of this spoofing, ARP poisoning, ARP spoofing, man in the middle. So consider these two, I am here in the middle, but they don't know me. They're thinking that we are sending the traffic directly, but basically they are sending traffic here and they are sending here, and the same picture is being done, which is showing here like this way. So not original connection. You have make another connection with the Kali Linux, and this is called ARP poisoning, your man in the middle attack, and ARP spoofing, and whatever you give them the name. So this was man in the middle attack, which we discuss here, that how it is working.